Okay, count you in. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the H3 Podcast Experience, also known as the Correct Opinion Zone. If you disagree with the opinions here, you might want to think twice, because these are infallible, highly uninformed, and 100% correct all the time.
Couldn't possibly be wrong.
Yeah.
That's just not an option.
It's not in this zone. With me is the beautiful, talented, and very blue Ela Klein. Round of applause.
What else?
And
a CEO.
Yeah, and a CEO, of course. Thank you to today's sponsors, Capterra, Quip, and MeUndies. And for all of our loyal fans and listeners, there is a new H3H3 video out on our channel, H3H3 Productions. So I hope you enjoy that. Check it out. Please enjoy it. Today we've got a lot to get to. I've got a new mic. How do I sound?
I can hear it.
Yeah.
You sound the same.
Today we've got the Shane Jake documentary. I want to talk a little bit about that. Bill Cosby has started a new sitcom in which he goes to prison, which is I'm really looking forward to that. It's on NBC. Premieres this fall at 8 p.m. Looking forward to Bill Cosby Goes to Prison. We've also got Drake and Millie Bobby Brown have been raising eyebrows with their salacious, I feel like that's over the top, interesting relationship. And much, much more. Welcome, everybody, to the H3 Podcast Experience. All right. Hey, thanks for coming, everyone. We got the best. We got the best stuff here to talk about. So from the top, Shane and Jake. Shane Dawson is the king of YouTube.
Yeah.
These past couple of
pretty crazy.
He's been kind of the king of YouTube for like past year or something. But these whole documentary and series have just been over the top. Like, can you pull up his channel? I want to show you the views that he's got there. But right now, he has just come out with a Jake Paul documentary called Inside the Mind of Jake Paul, when he tries to understand really what's going on with that guy. And I am intrigued. Let's see here. Look at all of his recent views. Why does that look so low quality? Is that just part of the thing? 16 million, 14 million, 18, 24 million. I mean, this is average stuff. Yeah, this is insane. This is like new level shit. So anyway, his new documentary about Jake Paul is out. Look at this. I loved this. Jake's response to part 1 was number 2 trending with 2.2 million views in 2 days. And Shane's video with 10 million views in 1 day wasn't on trending. I don't understand what the hell. What's the logic? How do you trend Jake Paul's response video?
I don't know. Why can't they just fix the trending page? It's like...
It's just not a trending page.
It's not. And if it is curated, why do they keep trending Jake Paul?
Yeah, there's really no good explanation for why this would be there and not that one. It literally is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
The response isn't what's trending. It's the topic itself. It's maddening. But regardless,
so that's mine.
The crux of it is that he's trying to see if Jake Paul is a sociopath. And I personally don't think that Jake Paul's a sociopath. I mean, that's a tall claim. But then it takes this twist where he's like, well, maybe he's a brother. Logan is the sociopath, and it's about him living in the shadow of his brother, which is a really interesting twist, and I definitely can see that.
I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. So I am looking forward to seeing how this series unveils, but there was... By the way, I think Logan was blindsided by the whole thing because Jake in his video was like, I knew it was about sociopathy, and he's like, I'm not a sociopath, so come make this documentary about me. He's like, it's going to be good PR for me, shit. So Logan, I think, was blindsided that he was all of a sudden coming under the magnifying lens.
Yeah.
And he just tweeted out this morning this. I really didn't want to, but I feel compelled to give my thoughts on Shane's series this far, blah. And then Shane actually responded. A surprise extended finale, which is Shane really doesn't give a fuck. He's ready. But anyway, the really intriguing thing for me, and I'm intrigued. You know, I'm glued to the set here.
I feel like Shane is giving a lot of YouTubers hope, kind of, with how his channel just transformed. Yeah.
Well, for a long time, he was a guy that just tested fast food.
Yeah. And they did it for so long. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he was doing before that. That was probably...
He did like sketches and shit. Yeah. I don't know. He has 2 channels. He's been kind of like been around forever and doing all kinds of different content. But he was like just eating food for a long time. But he like slugged through it, found his voice.
Yeah.
And he really has got this second wind that's unbelievable.
It's really cool. I really like the style of the documentary.
It's innovative. It's fresh. It's really well edited.
Yeah.
I don't know who's editing that. I'm sure Shane is probably sitting there a lot with the editor, but the editing, absolutely bananas. He wears the same shirt in every video.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know if it's the same shirt, but either that or he's like Doug Funny and he's got like you know, you remember Doug? You didn't see Doug, but
like any
he wears
cartoon.
the same outfit in every day, but then there's an episode where he walks in the closet and he just has like 20 the same outfit. He wears the same shirt. God bless his soul. You know, but hey, but there was one moment here that really broke my heart. There was a moment in the new episode that really broke my heart as a fan, as a I want to say colleague, but maybe an associate, you could say, as someone who's had him here, a guest on our podcast.
Yeah.
It really broke my heart. So here it is. I really got to talk about this.
But I do also remember, like, Jake Paul was on a...
See if you notice anything here. God, I missed the timestamp, for Christ's sake. See if you notice anything here, okay, as he's talking about this. Okay, listen closely, my friends. You're all going to this is really upsetting.
But I do also remember, like, Jake Paul was on a podcast, and he was about to hit 10 million subscribers.
On a podcast? On a podcast? Damn. No respect. Shane.
No respect.
You're breaking my heart. Shane, you're breaking my heart.
Jake
on
Paul
what
was
podcast?
On a podcast? Shane. We're family. This is my Godfather impression.
Was on a podcast.
We're family. You come in my house, you sit across the table from me, but I get no respect. What I do to disrespect you so much that you come on a podcast?
Jake Paul was on a podcast.
Shane, why do you do why your own friend, the podcast? You have a podcast. In my mind, it sounds like a perfect Italian Godfather impression.
Spot on.
Shane,
in reality,
never go against the family. Shane, why you go against the family?
keeps getting worse.
No. Shane, you breaking my heart.
Now it's half Russian.
Shane, you breaking my heart. Never go against the family. Breaking my heart.
Jake Paul was on a podcast.
On a podcast. Anyway, God bless him. I'm not upset. I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was a funny opportunity to do my well-traveled, well-seasoned Godfather accent.
Keeping that one in the pocket for a while here at the office.
Yeah, I've been working on my Godfather accent for a long time.
So did you change your mind about Jake Paul or anything? What?
No. I never... I kind of always suspected that Jake, deep down, isn't a bad guy. Mm-hmm. I had that impression when I sat here with him. I thought, because I had a conversation with him outside, off camera. And I was like, dude, tell me straight. We were walking to the bathroom together, and I was like, and this was during their heyday when they were really competitive. I was like, tell me straight.
Him and Logan.
Yeah. How are you guys? Because it seems really toxic. And he said, honestly, it's really bad. We honestly really hate each other.
Yeah.
And he told me that in complete earnestness, off camera in the hallway. He's like, it's really bad, honestly.
You can tell that the competitive mentality is real.
Well, apparently, Logan actually really fucked Jake's ex-girlfriend like for real, and then made like a diss track about it. But Jake was like, dude, like I know that's like good for views, but that actually really hurts my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like these guys are fucking twisted.
Crazy.
Yeah. But apparently Jake actually gets into a lot of this stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. But if you can hit me with that music one more time. Shane, what I do, I bring you in here. We talk, we sit across the table. What I do? What do I do to deserve this kind of disrespect from you?
Jake Paul was on a podcast.
Shane, this is getting better. Shane, what do I do to deserve this kind of disrespect? You know, I bring you here. You sit across the table from me. We talk, we have a good time. What do I do?
Was on a podcast.
All right. Ela's giving me the crickets.
I should have.
Yeah, you fucked up. Moving on. Bill Cosby. There's a new sitcom coming out on NBC, which is a really ballsy play on their part. Bill Cosby goes to prison for sexual assault. I was like, wow, that's a really edgy idea. Wait, hold on. It's not a sitcom?
No.
Bill Cosby in handcuffs after getting over 3 years in prison for 2004 rape? Wait, I thought this... Oh, man, I thought it was just a sitcom. What?
Welcome to Papa's house.
Yeah. Welcome to Papa's house, a.k.a. prison. The Clink.
Isn't it crazy to see him with handcuffs?
Dude, it is the weirdest timeline. Can we just reflect on the fact that 81-year-old Bill Cosby, worth $400 million, America's most beloved entertainer, Jell-O-eating, Coke-sipping Bill Cosby, is going
not
to...
just America, it's like internationally.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Is going to prison at 81 years old for rape. What? Fuck. That's the weirdest timeline imaginable. Oh, my God. He was convicted in April of drugging and sexually assaulting Andre Constant, who testified that Cosby violated her at his Pennsylvania home in 2004 after she came to him for career advice. He was sentenced to 3 to 10 years for sexual assault. He has to register as a sex offender. He's classified as a sexually violent predator online. And they need to inform all their neighbors that a sexually violent predator lives in the area. That's a lifetime registration, although I don't think his life is going to be
that much longer.
81 in prison. He's in general population, too. A lot of people are like, he's going to get preferential treatment. Listen to this. He's in general population, and he's so famous. You know what they're doing? Because when he talks to his wife in prison, they have speakerphones, and like everyone around can hear.
Oh, is that how it is?
Yeah, it's all monitored because it's a fucking prison. You know what I mean?
They always in the movies.
So everyone can hear.
Yeah, okay.
If you're near, or if you're the police, if you're working there, you're listening to what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And so people are paying. They want to know everything he's talking about with his wife.
What?
So all these tabloids are publishing everything he's talking about with his wife.
They can do that?
Well, that's how they found out. I mean, no, I'm sure it's probably illegal, but people are getting paid. Here's some of the anecdotes that came out of those phone conversations. In a phone call with his wife, Cosby recounted that a hot dog bun was thrown at his face.
Oh, my God.
Cosby, who was legally blind, said he fell down a flight of stairs because he wasn't being guided and was without his cane, which was apparently taken away along with his shoelaces by correctional officers over fears that he may harm himself. Cosby told his wife, grab the checkbook and hire anyone and everyone who could get him out as soon as possible. This motherfucker is worth $400 million, and that money cannot save him.
This article says he said, I think I'll harm myself.
No, the officials think he'll harm himself.
I mean...
Oh.
Cosby tells wife officials... Oh, he told his wife the officials think I'll harm myself because they took away his cane and his shoelaces. Which, as I understand, is normal. But god damn. Can you imagine you're just like in prison and you're like, oh, it's Bill Cosby.
No.
Hey, Bill! Oh, and here's another great one. His first meal in prison, vanilla pudding. You put the pudding in the... You put the hot dog bun in the face and the pudding in the mouth.
Really showing off your impressions today.
Yes, my impression. It's the impression experience. The H3 podcast impression experience. Hey, but Shane, how could you do this to me? You put the pudding. You came here, I gave you pudding, and you said, podcast. How am I doing? Crossover impression?
Top 10 anime crossovers right there.
So I think it's so pathetic. God, Bill Cosby in prison at 81. Fuck. So weird. People are throwing hot dog buns at his face. Like that's maybe the biggest fall from grace of all time. Like Shakespeare, the Greek mythology have stories of from king to peasant. I mean, this is a literal story of being Bill Cosby, beloved, powerful, rich beyond imagination, to inmates throwing stale hot dog buns at your face. Well, the guy was a fucking prolific predator.
Yeah.
The stories of what that guy did was really remarkable. I mean, really astounding stuff. I actually have some clips. This one is really incredible. It's a clip from his old show, The Cosby Show, beloved by all, where he talks about he's doing a barbecue, and he's like, and his wife was like, isn't it so nice how everyone's getting along after they're fighting? And he goes, it's the secret is my barbecue sauce. She's like, oh, you're kidding. He's like, oh, I'm dead serious. And he like doesn't smile. His face is like deadpan. He's sinister sounding. And he continues, he goes, oh no, I'm dead serious. You ever notice when you have my barbecue sauce that everyone gets happier and gets a little too fondly? I'm dead serious. And he continues, and she goes, stop it. And you almost feel like she's being creeped out, but and through this, she's like, stop it. And he's like, no, I'm serious. I've got the clip. I'd like to show you. Yeah.
Well, let's watch it.
And then at the end of the clip, the kids are eating the barbecue, and he comes and takes it away from them real fast, implying that it is not a joke. And so here, let me. I mean, this shit is unbelievable. It really is truly something. Bill Cosby special BBQ sauce. I wonder if he was. This is definitely anecdotal from his real life outside the show.
I love your neck, honey.
Well,
Watch his face.
It's nice to see them work things out for themselves.
They haven't worked anything out for themselves. It's my barbecue sauce.
Your barbecue sauce.
My barbecue sauce. Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in, they get all huggy-buggy?
God.
Look at his face.
Oh, stop.
I'm dead serious. Haven't you
This is
ever
a confession.
noticed that after one of my barbecues
It's too much.
and they have the sauce, people want to get right home? Let me tell you something else. I got a cup of it up on the night table.
It's a threat. She's like, tell me you're kidding.
I got a cup of it, I said.
You see that?
Left it up there breathing.
That's how he talks to his victims.
Give the chicken to these people that's going up and have some sauce.
What's funny? He's threatening her.
So here's the rest of the chicken, you guys.
And she's down.
Dr. Swoop, I love this chicken. Hi, Rudy.
There you go. You see? He's like, no. There's fucking actually date raping that.
Oh my God. What's the?
Isn't that fucking insane?
So weird.
I mean, wow.
How is that like family content? You know.
I think it was just like wacky at the time.
Yeah.
But the actual insinuation.
With the new context.
Well, even the context at the time is that he's put a drug in the bar. I mean, there's no other way to. They haven't worked anything out for themselves. It's all in my barbecue sauce, you see? Oh, stop it. Oh, stop anything. In fact, I got a big bucket of barbecue sauce in the room. Are you coming up, or do I have to force you? And so somebody, of course, some genius, his name is Yeet God, made an edit that I'd like to share with you guys that really captures the moment more accurately, I would say. Let's see.
I love your neck, honey.
Well, now, it certainly is nice to see them work things out for themselves.
Take out the laugh track. They didn't work anything out for themselves. Shit.
Your barbecue sauce.
My barbecue sauce. Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in, they get all huggy-buggy?
Huggy-buggy.
That's so crazy.
Oh, stop.
Haven't you ever noticed that after one of my barbecues and they have the sauce, people want to get right home? Let me tell you something else.
It's frankly disturbing.
Yeah, it's
Up on the night
disturbing.
table,
Listen to this. It's a threat. Look at his body language.
Yeah.
I got a cup of it, I said.
I got a cup of it, I said.
Breathing. Why don't you give the chicken to these people? Let's go on up and have some sauce.
If this was a scene from like a
So
horror,
here's the rest of the chicken, you guys.
where he's like a serial killer or something.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they played this in court during his trial.
They're
Yo,
like,
we got a soundbite.
The lawyer said, like, in every joke there's a little bit of truth.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think that's a good legal argument.
Yeah.
We got to soundbite some of these barbecue sauce clips. I feel like these have perpetual use. I love this barbecue sauce. No, son, you're not old enough.
That's so weird.
I'm telling you, that was
the scream.
Yeah, that was courtesy of Yeet God. Actually, you know what? I don't know how long the story's been in the news, but this is 8 years old.
Whoa.
Not 8. Sorry, I just literally dyslexied out. 3 years old. Actually, you know what I did? I cut the 8 in half in my mind because it's 3, half of 8. Like literally, if you cut it in half, you see a 3.
Yeah. So you completed the 3.
I completed the 3 in my mind. I know it's fun. Really incredible stuff, is it not?
Pretty nuts.
Hila, I'm going to say this to you whenever I want to get it on.
No, you're
I'm
not.
going to be like, the barbecue sauce, I said. Why don't we go on upstairs
I need a sound
and have some
clip
sauce?
of that scream.
Hila, got the barbecue sauce, I said. It's a new meaning of lube it up.
What do I have here?
Hila, you want to go, it's all the sauce, you see? Feeling a little sleepy, a little unconscious, a little amnesia, Hila? It's all in the sauce. Play some creepy music, guys. It's all in the sauce, you see? You feeling a little sleepy, a little amnesia? You gonna lay down, close your eyes, forget it all happened?
You're kidding, right?
It's all in the sauce. Oh, no. No, it's all in the sauce. I guess we have no creepy music, eh? Oh. I feel like the moment's gone. I feel like I milked it enough. All in the sauce. Wow.
Welcome to Papa's house.
Yeah. Oh, that's the man that knows how to sauce a pie. All in the sauce for him, too. Now, let's all give praise, by the way, to Hannibal Buress, who, by the way, let's all remember that Hannibal did this explosive stand-up several years ago. Somebody just filmed it on their phone.
Everything.
Right. It wasn't on Comedy Central or anything. He was just at a nightclub, and somebody filmed it on the phone and put it online, and it made headlines because Hannibal was like, "Fuck Bill Cosby, always telling black people what to do from like a pedestal, always being like black people need to bootstrap themselves up like me." He's like, he's a fucking rapist.
Yeah. That was the first time I
never
heard about
that.
it. I didn't know the allegations.
And he was like, seriously, go Google Bill Cosby rapist and see what you find. And that was the catalyst that started this whole thing. Here, let's watch that.
Did that
clip.
also start Me Too in a way?
Probably. I mean, that was really a prolific not prolific, but it was a monumental. It may have, yeah. Hannibal. Goddamn.
13, and it's even worse because Bill Cosby has the fucking smuggest old black man public persona that I hate. This kid's on TV. Pull your pants up, black people. I was on TV in the 80s. I can talk down to you because I had a successful sitcom. Yeah, it was rape women, Bill Cosby, so...
Yeah, but you rape women, Bill Cosby, so...
I don't curse on stage, but yeah, you're a rapist, so...
Yeah, you're a rapist.
Bill Cosby himself.
That's crazy that he broke that. And a great joke, too, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I think it was shocking at the time. People were like, what?
It was so shocking.
Well, that's a ballsy claim to make about anyone publicly. To be like, oh, yeah, but you rape people. It's like, what? You can't really say that. Wow. That's incredible.
Watch Cosby Show reruns. Dude's image, for the most part, it's fucking public Teflon image. I've done this bit on stage, and people don't believe. People think I'm making it up. I'm like, Bill Cosby, there's a lot of rape allegations. No, you do. No. They call me Captain Kick 'em Out. No. That shit is upsetting. If you didn't know about it, trust me. If you leave here, Google Bill Cosby rape.
So there you have it. That's all came from this one stand-up.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's really incredible stuff. So shout out to Hannibal. Goddamn. Well, let's throw it to a break. We will be right back after these messages from me out of my mouth, from the sponsors on a paper through my mouth to you. We keep them fresh, we keep them fun, and we keep them exciting. So you're not going to want to skip it because it's really fun and exciting, really entertaining copy reads. We'll be back after that to talk about Drake creeping on Millie Bobby Brown, some Papa John updates, and so much more. So please stay with us on the H3 podcast, Fully Enlightened. Shade, how could you do it? Shade. Don't disrespect me like that. Experience. Thank you to Capterra for sponsoring us. We're all bound to face unexpected hurdles at work. Don't let finding the right software be one of them. 2019 is quickly approaching, and you do not have time for unexpected hurdles to derail you, all right? Capterra is a website that organizes all the software you need to get the job done. They got a free ebook for you called The Big Book of Free Software, which you can download for free at capterra.com/H3. Capterra.com is a free resource to help you find the software you need for your business. And with helpful information on over 300 different software tools, their big book of free software, I said big, Hila, really big, can help you find a completely free tool to test today. And it's absolutely free, so you won't have to ask your boss for a penny. I can tell you right now, these guys ask me for a penny, F no. I say go to Capterra. It's free there. Dare you to ask me for money, Ian. Ian's a good kid. I like him a lot. Whether you're looking for a new project management tool, recruiting software, and an email marketing solution, Capterra's big book of free software has got something for you. Visit capterra.com/H3 today to get your free copy of the big book of software. That's Capterra, CAPTERRA.com/H3. Capterra.com/H3. Now, many people say that Jesus was nailed at the cross, but actually, he was never nailed to the cross. That's revising of history. What he was nailed to was the whip, because it is that profound. And people think that he bore the cross in suffering and pain, but actually the truth was that he took the two quips apart and dual brushed his mouth up to heaven and eternal bliss, because this is the best toothbrush you will ever put in your mouth. Now, here's the deal. It vibrates. It tells you when to switch sides. It helps you keep your dirty, disgusting mouth kissable and fresh and clean. Take it from me. I went to the dentist for a cleaning, and the first time in 3 years, I said, dentist, I come out of here every time clean as a whistle. He looked at me in the eyes. He says, well, let's see. Check, check, check. And he fist bumped me. The dentist fist bumped me because my mouth is that clean. I can endorse this product. This is the only toothbrush I'll use. It's got the softest bristles in the game. It's electric to make sure you get the best brush possible. It keeps track. I mean, what more do you need to say? I endorse this product. I love this product, and it can be yours right now for just $25. You go try to buy an electric toothbrush at this caliber for $25, get out of town. You're not going to find it for less than $2,000. That's an exaggeration, but they're very expensive. Go to getquip.com/H3 right now and get your first refill pack free of a quick electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/H3, GETQUIP.com/Kobe H3.
No Kobe.
No, obviously, it's just getquip.com/H3. You guys know that I love MeUndies because it is the softest, most luxurious underwear on the market today. You're using those nasty old cotton underwear that you've been using for 10 years that your parents bought you when you went off to college and you still haven't got new underwear. Well, now's the time. Let me show you how comfortable MeUndies is. This whole time, I've been sitting, having a mega wedgie, sitting comfortably with this shoved up my balls and my ass. And that's how soft and luxurious and flexible and breathable it is. That I could sit here during a mega wedgie and not even,
Can you cover your breasts?
No. Yes, I can, It looks, I'm fine with that. So that's a real-time demonstration, and I don't think you need any. I think the copy speaks for. I don't need to say anything else, but I will because they make me do that. Membership. They've got a new membership plan, guys. Members pay less for everything on the MeUndies website and special member pricing. That means if you want a second pair of MeUndies, a bralette, or lounge pants, you'll pay less than anyone. Membership comes with no strings attached. You can switch styles, skip the month, or cancel anytime. Guys, you know I love these underwear. They come with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't love them, you send them back, they incinerate them, and you get a full refund, guys. It's simple as that. We've got an offer for our listeners. Mindy's got a great offer. For first-time purchasers, when you purchase any MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. That's a no-brainer, folks. Get 15% off a pair of the most comfortable underwear you'll ever give yourself, an atomic wedgie all the way up to your nipples, folks. That's right. Do get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Go to MeUndies.com/H3, folks. That is MeUndies.com/H3. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you had a great time during that commercial break, which we try our best to keep fresh and exciting every time. By the way, what do you guys think of a little preview of Teddy Fresh? The new hoodie. This is part of the winter collection, right?
Next year.
Oh, this is next year? I thought this
Working
was
on 2019.
Wait, I thought, well, at any rate, new logo, the TF3.
Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about it.
I fucking love this. And the fit is amazing. We have a new manufacturer who's like crushing it with this stuff. I love it. I love it. Yes. Hila's been working super hard on all this stuff, and it's really nice to see it all coming to fruition.
It's so hard. You have to work like a year ahead of time.
Yeah.
And that's like impossible. So we're trying to catch up now.
Right.
So we're trying to work on all 2019.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you plan now for next winter?
Yeah, I know. It's a crazy thing, but you've been working so hard. You and Hila works closely with we have two Teddy Fresh employees that are, and they're really having a great thing. And I mean, I love this. And I love the new logo. We worked really hard kind of trying to concept some new logos. We wanted like a strong branding element that wasn't a teddy bear.
Yeah, I wanted to
amazing.
I wanted to not always have to use the teddy bear and have something more graphic.
Right.
Like the TF.
Yeah, you've got to. It's like you got to. But that, I don't know. It's just is a home run. And I love how the hoodie has like the inverted colors. Like the inlay is different color. So cool.
Are you also wearing our shorts?
Oh, yeah. Ethan and the... it's enough sucking on Drake, 31 years old, hip-hop mega superstar Drake. Millie Bobby Brown, the
11.
extremely famous 11 from Stranger Things, 14 years old. It turns out that they are, they're friends.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting.
And not only you. Everyone on the internet.
Now, yeah, well, and for good reason, I think, because I find it... Now, first of all, speaking as a 33-year-old man, I'm close to Drake in age.
How old is he?
31.
Okay.
Now, what purpose, what value would you get out of texting a 14-year-old girl? I'm not really sure.
Not much.
I'm not really sure. I can't say. But then when she goes on to describe their relationship, I not only raise one eyebrow, I raise both of my eyebrows.
At first I heard about it because I think he invited her to a show and there was like a picture of them together and it was all cool.
Right.
It was clear that he's a fan of her.
Yeah.
Which, who's not?
She's cool.
Like, she's like such a badass on the show.
Yes.
And she was a fan of him. So, all good.
Yeah.
But then now it's like...
Well, she did these interviews where she's getting into details of like, we text and we talk and he says that I miss you so much and I tell him I miss him. Yeah. And I imagine him at home being like, no, shut up. Stop. And there's another one where she's like, I met him at a hotel, and then we went out for dinner, and then we were hanging out every night for 3 days, and now we text each other all the time, and we love each other, and I'm just like, whoa.
And he's giving her advice on, like, boys and dating.
Yeah. And he's just got to be at home being like, God, no. All I'm saying is, Drake, be careful, because Papa's house
is not safe.
We don't need another...
Welcome to Papa's house.
Papa's house. Don't need another inmate. So here, let's watch some of these videos. This is the first video that came out of her talking about him. Let me throw this up.
My adult.
This is a little excerpt of the video for you.
Crush. He's not my crush.
Okay.
Let me get that straight. He's like a brother. He's a brother. I met Drake in an Australian hotel. I was touring, and he was touring too, and honestly, his managers just came up to my dad and said, Drake loves the show, come to his show tonight. And I was like, oh my goodness. And my dad, honestly, he was on T-Mobile, he was on the phone to T-Mobile trying to get us Wi-Fi for Australia. He was like, I don't know who Drake is. And I was like, are you joking me? Drake? He wants to see me? And I was like, okay, we're going. So I got my outfit prepared. I went there, and he was such a fanboy, and I was such a fangirl that and honestly, we text all the time now. He helps me with everything, like just life lessons. He's amazing. He's a great human being, and we went to dinner afterwards, and we had dinner the next day, and then we met in Sydney. Hotline Bling is one of my favorites.
The part where she goes, we met for dinner, and then we kept meeting for dinner.
Texting all the time.
Texting all the time. I mean, again.
It's just, I feel like from her perspective, I see why she doesn't think it's weird at all.
She's a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, and she thinks she's adult. Like, at that age, you're like, I'm an adult. Like, what's
I know
the difference?
everything at 14, yeah.
Yeah.
And she definitely has that air. She's a sweet girl. She's amazing, but you can tell she thinks.
Well, she's very mature, 14-year-old, too.
Yeah.
But being 30 years old.
Being 31.
And from our perspective, it looks really weird. Us being closer in age to Drake.
Do you love me? Are you riding? Do you have a cell next to Cosby? Do you love me? Yeah. And so anyway, that's part one. Okay. That's fine. Kiki, are you 14? Do you love me? Do you have a prison cell next to Cosby? So that's part one. Welcome to Papa's house. Here's part two. This one just, I guess, came out. What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about that. These people are such stooges. These red carpet fucking
interviews.
Yeah. They like don't bat an eye. They're like, oh yeah. Tell me about your relationship with Drake.
What about your
relationship with Drake?
Relationship
Like
with Drake.
hysterical.
Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming.
He's like, no, don't fucking say that. Well, that just shows how innocent and immature she is.
Mhm.
Versus him, you cannot, as a 31-year-old man, text a 14-year-old girl that's not related to you, "I miss you so much."
Mhm.
Cannot. And the fact that she doesn't understand that so little that even to her saying that doesn't look weird.
No, she. I think she even made like a statement about it.
Really?
Just like you guys can't tell me who can be my friend.
Sure.
Just stop making it awkward.
Okay.
But that's why I'm saying I don't think she can understand at her age how weird it is.
No. No.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah. I feel, yeah. What can I say? A lot of people say he's grooming her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a weird state.
I don't know
the whole
that
concept.
term. What is grooming
Basically,
her?
what it means is that like he's preparing her for when she turns 18 so that he can legally hit it.
What's gonna be if
Apparently, he's
4 years of dedication?
Allegedly, he's done that with some kind of 16-year-old girl. Ian's the keeper of culture and knowledge. I don't want to get the facts mixed up, but allegedly, and this is from a secondhand report, but there was some 16 girl he met when she was 16,
Yeah.
and when she turned 18, they started dating.
Really?
Yeah, allegedly, and maybe false. So again, take everything I say here as pure fact and not speculation. Kiki, are you riding? Are you 14?
Welcome to Papa's house.
The other wrinkle in all of this is like people are saying he's just helping her out because he was a child star too.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
like the
that's
defense.
That's a sweet angle.
Here, you want to see what she?
Yeah, what'd she say, Hila?
Why don't I see? Oh, you got him close to your window.
Let me finish this.
Okay.
Let me see what.
Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he
Nice
say?
contribution, dude.
About boys, he helps me. What? Yeah,
See,
yeah.
and then it's like, why is it always got to go there? It's like, damn, we talk about other shit. Why do you got to go there? We always talk about boys.
Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
This is like...
All right. So, there you
So-
go. What else you got?
Here.
So she said, why you got to make a lovely friendship your headline? You guys are weird, for real. I'm lucky to have people in business expand. Yeah, again, like you said, like you said, Hila. You know.
Interesting.
But the child star angle is a valid defense, you know. And I'm not accusing the guy of anything. It's just a little,
No.
you know. But it's hard to explain him texting her, "I miss you very much."
Yeah.
She's like, and he initiated it. She was like, he texted me out of the blue, "I miss you very much," and I was like, "I miss you too."
Mm-hmm.
I was just reciprocating. Kiki, are you 14? Are you riding? Get some Quaaludes in that Jell-O and let's get barbecue sauce. Head on upstairs. All right. Well, there you have it. Drake and Millie Bobby Brown. Next up, we've got stories for days, folks. This is the H3 podcast experience. We've got stories for days. We've got the best stories, people. This is my Trump impression now. We've got the best stories, people. The best. Okay, you come here.
Once you do a Trump impression, this show is really gone.
I'm not criticizing him. I'm just doing an impression. Listen, we've got the best stories, people. I got the hand motion, right? We've got believe me, we've got the best stories. Believe me.
Doing a Trump impression is like...
There's so many bad ones. Unlike mine. The hand mo, it's a really fun impression because of all this.
This show has really gone downhill.
Yeah. Well, along with everything else that I've made, so I'm fucking right there with you. Believe me, the H3 podcast, believe me, the H3 podcast, it's the best, okay? They've got the best stories, the best people. Take it from me, okay? I would know. Trust me. It's the best. Was that good? I mean, obviously the voice is
about as good as Jimmy Fallon's.
Colbert has by far the worst. I cannot stand Colbert's Trump impression, mostly because he thinks it's so good and he talks so slow.
It's so slow.
It's like, oh my God. It's like, dude.
Like, I think
he talks like this.
His intros are good, but then the impressions are so...
It just slows the show down.
Yeah.
He talks like this. Believe me, the show is the best. I don't know.
That's actually the best impression you've done so far, is of Colbert doing Trump.
Yeah.
That's like really solid.
Wow, thank you, Dan. Hey, there you go. I got something up my sleeve. I just need like 3 layers of separation from the source impression, and then it's good. Anyway, let's get the fuck on with it. Papa John is in the house. In an effort to distance themselves, dude, by the way, Papa John's, the company, is in like
it's a war.
Mutiny. I've been watching the show The Prophet.
Yeah.
So here, this is going to make sense in the end. Follow with me. So The Prophet is this guy, Marcus Lemonis, and he's like this business guru. And what he does is he goes and invests in company and helps them become profitable. He sees the potential in them, but the business owners they're just fucking dumb.
It's like Nathan for you and
but reality. Right. And the problem is like, usually the companies have an interesting product or an interesting market share or something like that he can work with. But the owner is always just like, just so fucking stupid. Like, it's really a lot of common sense stuff. He's like, all right, so you guys, I see you profited $500,000 last year, but somehow you still lost $300,000 in debt. And the owner's like, yeah, well, I bought a $300,000 truck to help promote or something like that.
That's a
real one.
Yeah.
Or they're like,
he's got this big like truck standing outside of their office.
Yeah. He's like, well, it's a $500,000 truck. I got a big discount on it. And Marcus is like, you got to sell the truck, dude. Well, I didn't sign up for that.
A breakdown.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for that. Or it's always like, oh man. It's always like, this is a really common one. He goes and talks to all the employees, and they're all amazing and super hardworking. And they're like, yeah, he's never here. He just never comes here, the owner. He just never comes here. He's not involved at all. Oh, he's like, okay, so I need you to come to work 5 times a week. Oh, I did. Well, I did sign up for that. Okay. It's always the same dumb shit. That's such a funny show. Well, anyway, my favorite episodes is when it becomes a full-on mutiny, and it's so juicy. So he comes in at the request of the owner, and the owner is such a buffoon. He's so incompetent that he makes a pact with the employees, and they all turn against the owner who called him and oust him. And then he gets all defensive because, like, often he'll give equity to the employees. And then it's like, and then they're always like, fuck you, you're not my boss anymore. Suck my dick, I hate you.
They actually have conversations like that.
And it's so good.
Where the owner will come in and he's like, I don't like how you're doing this, whatever. Yeah. And then the employee who now has equity will say, well, you're not my boss anymore.
Guess what? Fuck you. Marcus comes in and he's like, well, yeah, he's right. Fuck you. You suck. And then they always go like, well, it's my company and I'm going to run it the way I am. And then Marcus is like, well, if you run it the way you are, then this business is going to be you're going to be closing the doors in 2 days because you don't know how to run a business. And it's so great. So that's what's happening to Papa John's. There's a full-on mutiny at Papa John's. He has been outed. His face is off all of the branding. Remember, Papa John built this company. He
It's
is the
called
company.
Papa
It's his
John.
fucking name, right?
But now it's Steve.
Papa Steve's house. Welcome to Papa Steve's house. So they're removing his face. Even at the headquarters, they're doing a huge makeover at the headquarters where they're removing his face off the
I
walls.
feel
And
like
shit.
it's not worth the money they're spending on all this.
Well, they're betting. Well, they must be hurting.
I guess.
They're in like full panic mode. And so they've even gone as far as to remove the apostrophe from Papa John's. Papa John's International filed paperwork about the new spelling and brand imagery with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in late August. Removing the possessive apostrophe in Papa John's would, in theory, provide a more distance between the company and its founder so it doesn't look like he owns the business. That is the dumbest shit.
That doesn't
It's
make
his
any
fucking
sense.
name.
So it's Papa John's without an apostrophe?
But it doesn't make sense. It's a possessive
Yeah.
S. His name is Papa John. So what is the S
Like
indicating?
the basic grammar that I do know.
Not grammatically correct. Yeah, Hila's she's fluent in English and knows. So anyway, the apostrophe is out, the face is out, and they have released this heart-wrenching, really powerful, moving.
And do you like the new logo?
No,
Looks so lame.
that's not the Papa John I know and love.
By the way, they are also removing the better ingredients, better pizza. I read.
That's a classic, you know. By the way, guys, it's just not that fucking serious. You're selling pies. But anyway, save that because they made this ad that they posted on their Twitter, and it's like a whole campaign about like, we're so sorry. We are so disappointed. We have to do better. And it's like the saddest, most emotional shit ever. And I would like to play that for you now with your permission. Actually, I don't need your permission. You have no control over the show. But I hope you'll enjoy. So they compiled a bunch of tweets that they got.
You know what I wonder, if it's really hurting their business or they're freaking out because they're getting like social media backlash?
Well, the easiest
'Cause
way to
we
tell
know,
is
like-
to look at their stock
Mm.
value. Papa John's. I mean, people. Oh, looks like they're. I mean, it looks pretty well. Actually, in the 5 days. Okay, hang on. Let me open this up. So here, this is the 1 year graph. You guys can see. It looks like they took a big hit recently from the Papa.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to 5 years. Let's just get. Oh yeah, they took a big hit. Let's go max years. Let's see the historical data here. Okay, that's not that helpful. Let's go 5 years. So you can see.
Do 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
They took a big hit from Papa John.
Wow.
But they're climbing back, and I think, yeah, I guess. See, it's hard to know if it's from their efforts or people are just over it and they want pizza
People just
again.
forgot.
They just want pizza. You know.
But they're like, no, it's the apostrophe.
They're like, dude, that apostrophe was genius. We made $1 billion.
I just looked it up and I see an article that says it was from the beginning of August that their sales overall nationally was down 7%.
Okay.
Which, like, I mean, that is significant. I mean, it's not as much as I expected, honestly.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference, but it's okay.
But the old logo is superior.
I agree. Just like their pizza. Anyway. Here we go. We heard you. Papa John's. I am so disappointed in this company. I'll never order from you again.
So it's like all these tweets.
Papa John's. I'd rather have frozen pizza than racist pizza. They're really owning it. Like, they're actually, like, railing the original Papa because they're being like, we were racist pizza.
But that was that guy.
That was that fucking guy who made this company that we're all riding. Racism is disgusting, and I won't support it. Delete Papa John. Nice meme. Remember when we were actually making progress on civil rights issues? You expected better from Papa John's. Why does this have the music of like a suicide prevention? It's like Papa John's the company is on suicide watch.
Yeah, Papa Steve.
Papa Steve's on suicide watch. You expected better from Papa John's, so did we. What does he make of all this? Papa's sitting at home watching this shit.
He must be furious.
Yeah. Papa's in the house. What does Bo think of all this? A little too late on this. Blaming players for poor sales with dog whistle racism was a hack move. Yeah, it's just a bunch of these kind of tweets. I will not give you any more money. I don't know what, if anything, will do to earn my business ever again. Won't put another dime into Papa John's.
It's crazy.
Will not support a company until you change your policies. Pitiful. Look in the mirror. Stop deflecting blame and do better. Thank you for your anger. It's almost like pathetic how like it's like stand up for yourself, Papa John. Thank you for your anger. Thank you for your criticism. And thank you for your honesty. I'm going to call the police. I think Papa John's on suicide watch. I'm going to get an officer over there to the headquarters, make sure they're not going to hurt themselves.
The whole company is
Whole company,
depressed.
Yeah. Thank you for your honesty. It's making us better. Just like our pizza. Better ingredients. Better pizzas. We already have the best pizza, but your honesty is making us as people better. What did I do to deserve this? Papa John's sitting at home like,
Papa Steve, what did I do to deserve this disrespect? Papa John's is my company. I built this company with my own hands. I tossed the dough, I made the ingredients. What did I do to deserve this disrespect from you? Look at my son, Bo. What is my son, Bo, to do? He was meant to inherit this pizza empire.
Hit me with that music, you guys, for Christ's sake.
My son, Bo, was meant to inherit this pizza empire.
Oh, seriously, Bo just lost like everything.
Bo, my son, Bo, he's a good boy. He was meant to inherit this pizza
His
empire.
whole life he had to deal with his dad, but it was like, at least I'm going to get this.
Yes, at least that. But now Bo is not in the house, and neither is Papa. What did I do to deserve this disrespect from you? Stevie, you were my trusted colleague, and now I see that I cannot trust you more than anyone. Papa, you're going to remove the apostrophe. It's my company. It's Papa. It's in the name. It's Papa John. What did I do to deserve this from you, my trusted brother, Stevie Papa? I sit at home and I think about my mistakes. Maybe I said the N-word on a conference call. Who hasn't? We've got the best pizza. I built it with my hands from the sauce. The sauce, Alfredo sauce. Staying just like my son Alfredo.
The Fredo sauce.
Papa. And now I'm disgraced in the eyes of the world. The Papa. The Pizza King, Papa John's. The NFL doesn't love me. The butter garlic sauce. Stevie, I love the butter garlic sauce. And now, look at me. You're running ads on Twitter. Thank you for your ad. Never betray the family.
I feel for you as the godfather of Papa John.
And now, what's next? You gonna remove the pizza butter garlic sauce? It's not the pizza pie without the garlic sauce and butter. That's my sauce. And no, you're gonna get rid of the better pizza, the better ingredients. What did I do to deserve this? My only son. His inheritance is gone.
Hit me with the Papa in the house.
Welcome to Papa's house.
Well, you both did that. Oh my God, I could do that for hours.
Isn't The Godfather the best movie ever?
It is. It really is. Because
you mean it.
I mean, yeah, that's really a controversial statement too. By the way, that's really brave of you to come out and say that.
So brave.
Nobody else agrees with you on that.
But I mean,
You act like you're saying,
like really the best, not just it's the best.
You know why it's the
like,
best?
is it really the best? Because I think it is.
Well, I'll tell you why it's the best, and it's simple. It's all, and this is why I love Casablanca so
Yeah.
much. It's just good acting, a good story, and that's it. It's pure cinematic beauty. It's beautifully directed, acted, and written. There's no special effects. There's no gimmicks. It's just beautiful cinema, you know? And you're sucked in.
It is.
From scene to scene, you are fully engulfed.
I love the first like 20 minutes or
At the
whatever with the wedding.
You come to me. Stevie, you ask to be...
Is that his name, Stevie?
I think it's Steve.
Steve, you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and you ask, can you be CEO? And I say to you, Steve.
Steve Ritchie.
Steve Ritchie, I say to you, what did I do to deserve this disrespect? My son, Bo, he was teased all throughout high school. He was meant to have this birthright, and you take it from him.
Bo never did anything.
What did my son, Bo, do? He was a pizza prince, and now he's a pizza peasant.
You think Bo is going to be like Michael and just like ruthlessly take control of the Papa John's empire?
That'd be amazing. I want a 3-part trilogy about Papa. Oh, man. Can you play that music? I just love it.
The Godfather music?
Yeah, I'm over it. Too late. I just want to watch The Godfather now.
I know. The music.
Did we watch enough of this?
Yeah, now if you close this,
definitely.
I have something
Shake
prepared.
my head. Pray for you guys to do better moving forward. Well, we didn't finish it. Oh, I guess that's it. I love how they're posturing of like, we're on suicide watch. We don't have any plans or we're not telling you anything, just that we're on suicide watch.
Yeah, there wasn't really a promise at the end to do better or anything, was there? It's just like...
There is something like...
What, the values? You want me to open this?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it open already? There you go.
Yeah.
Our core values.
They link to this.
Yeah, this is it. So, you want me to read this? Here, hit me with the Godfather music. I was appointed the CEO of Papa John's earlier this year. As the new CEO, I want to share the values that will drive the transformation of Papa John's. I started my career in pizza business 25 years ago because pizza brings people together. Unlike that piece of shit Papa John's who has brought the foundation of everything we are to the ground. I found a home at Papa John's where people from all backgrounds work side by side every day. Papa John's is 120,000 corporate and franchise team members around the world. We stand for equity, fairness, respect, and opportunity. Our most important ingredient is people. Whoa, they have people in their pizzas? That's kind of a revelation.
When I became CEO...
I want to do this in the Godfather voice, but it doesn't make sense.
That's going to be too slow. It's going to be
When
like
I became CEO in January...
Colbert moment.
Yeah, you're right. Diversity, equity, and inclusion became one of my top priorities. What began as a committee of passionate team members has grown into a company-wide effort to realize our values. He says here, wait, go up. When I became CEO, diversity, equity, and inclusion became my top priority. What about selling pies, you fucking idiot? Are we running the ACLU or a pizza franchise? Christ. An independent cultural audit. I, along with Papa John's leaders, visited Atlanta, Los Angeles, Dallas, yada, 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 yada. Recently, Papa's leadership team completed unconscious bias training. Wow, that sounds vulgar. Recently, I'm personally committed to adding more diversity. Guys, it's fucking pizza. Just sell some pies, for Christ's sake. Does anyone care? We're assembling a special advisory group comprised of nationally respected diversity, equity, and inclusion experts to help guide us. It's fucking pie. We're kicking off the development of 2 key long-term initiatives. Papa John minority-owned franchise expansion and development program. The fuck does that mean?
What does that mean?
They're just giving... Damn, Papa really did a lot of damage.
Now you're just giving away franchises. What did I do? I said the N-word on a conference call and now all this.
Look at that.
Signed sincerely, Steve Ritchie, CEO, Papa John's. This betrayal, I will never forget.
Everyone's like, get on with it. All right. Whatever. There you have it. Heart-wrenching. The trilogy. Where are we in the trilogy? Is this part 2 or part 3? This is part 2.
That's part 2 when
Part 3
everything
sucks.
like
So,
falls apart.
part 3 is going to suck, and it's going to be weird. The new branding's going to be weird, and everyone's just going to forget about Papa.
Yeah.
You know the end of Godfather when he's like sitting outside and dies, and there's like the laundry's on the line, and he's like just chilling in his backyard, retired, playing with the kids. That's what Papa John Shatner's doing right now. He's about to have a heart attack and fall over and fucking die. Well, he'll always have the pizza mansion.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Oh man, dude, you guys are gonna love this story. This is honestly one of the best, most cold-blooded, fucking cutthroat things I have ever seen in my life. This Republican candidate for Congress. I'm trying to think if I have it backwards. Well, anyway, this guy who's I forget whose party or what. That doesn't really matter. But a congressman is running. And his opponent goes to his family, recruits 5 of his siblings, brothers and sisters, and they star in this hit job commercial against their brother. They're called the Gosards. And I'm coining a new phrase right now. You just got Gosard. Because I have never seen... It's so cold-blooded. Damn. You got to see this. It's crazy. Fuck me. So these are all his siblings just talking shit on him. And then at the end, they do a little doopy-doop twist on you.
Paul Gosar, the congressman, isn't doing anything to help rural America.
Paul's absolutely not working for his district.
If they care about health care, they care about their children's health care. They would hold him
You think
to
your
account.
family's fucked
if
up.
If they care about jobs, they would hold him to account.
If he actually cared about people
Get
in
in that
rural-
field.
So far, it doesn't say that their
No,
family...
the twist. I
and
ruined
then
the
it-
surprise.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I ruined the surprise for everyone. By the way, get out of that field like you're actually in that field all the time. Oh, you caught me out in the field in nature. Oh, hi there. Was just in nature. Jennifer.
Arizona. I bet he'd be fighting for Social Security, for better access to health care. I bet he would be researching what is
pissed.
the most insightful water policy
How can you be so angry in
to
the field?
help the environment of Arizona sustain itself and be successful.
And he's not listening to you, and he doesn't have your interests at heart. My name is Tim Gosar.
David Gosar.
Grace Gosar.
Joan Gosar.
Gaston Gosar.
Jennifer Gosar.
Paul Gosar's my brother.
My brother.
And I endorse Dr. Brill.
Dr. Brill wholeheartedly endorsed Dr. David
Dude.
Brill for Congress.
Is that fucking cold? This guy, Dr. Brill, don't ever pit me against him. Dude, that guy is cold-blooded.
Dr. David Brill.
What do you
and I
have to
approve
do
this
to your
message.
siblings?
Dude, I don't know what that guy's technique is, but he's up to some like Dr. Brill was like,
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
What? That's...
dude, he got Gosard. The first ever Gosarding. When your whole family, when all of your loved ones close to you betray you. Interesting stuff, huh?
I love the top comment on the YouTube is the Ghost or Thanksgiving this year is going to be awkward.
Yeah, that's an understatement. God. Seriously, someone said, this is the new Game of Thrones Season 8 trailer. Brutal. This shit is unbelievable. Like, fuck. Like, even if you hate your brother, right? Even if you hate your brother sucks and you disagree with him politically and he's running for office. I mean, really? Are you going to go and feature, like, 5 of them, not 1?
That's such a badass, like, little promotion video.
How did Dr. fucking Evil put that together? What was his name?
Brill.
Dr. Brill. How did they even arrange that, right? You know what I mean?
Who came up with it?
They woke up with a horse head in their bed. And Dr. Brill sent them a calling card.
I'll make them an offer he can't refuse. Listen, Gosar family.
Hit me with the music.
Listen, Gosars. You're gonna star in this ad about your brother. You may not like it, but you'll understand. And there'll become a time when I will do a favor for you.
It's getting tough to do that
I think
one.
your throat is saying.
Yeah.
Where your throat is over it.
My throat is over that bit.
Yeah.
As is everyone listening.
The comments on this video are so funny.
Fucking Gosar, man. Hey, gang. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Brill. So I'm running against your brother for Congress, and I was just hoping if you would all be available to fucking destroy your brother publicly in my commercial. Absolutely, doctor.
Are you a savage?
Are you guys savages? I'm a total savage. You know what? I got to tell you. I don't know anything about the guy they're shitting on, but this Dr. Brill scares the shit out of me. And I'm not sure I want him in office because that's the coldest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, even if you can get all those siblings to make a video about
that twist.
I know, and it was made like artfully, right? Like Shakespearean. But like, even if you could make this, do you really want to be that guy that like tore the family apart for a good political ad? You know what I'm saying? It's cold.
I feel like we
blood.
need the backstory of what's going on in that.
Either way.
Where is this?
Fucking Arizona. Those motherfuckers
Going
are
on
crazy
in
out there in Arizona. Shit. I am Dr. Brill, and if you don't vote for me, I will kill you. I'm Dr. Brill, and I will kill your whole family if you do not cast your vote for me this coming September. Hi, I'm Dr. Brill. The coldest motherfucker you've ever seen in your life. I will not hesitate to hit those drone murder buttons. You know how there's like drones in Afghanistan bombing people?
And I endorse this message.
I will click those drone murder buttons so fast. That was a huge controversy when Obama was president. Because he had all these drones in Afghanistan just like dropping bombs all day.
Huh.
So Brill is loving that. My name is Dr. Brill, and I pledge to drone strike American citizens in the United States. I'm cold-blooded as it gets.
I'm Dr. Brill, and you don't want to mess with me.
Pretty much. I am Dr. Brill, and if you run against me, I will ruin your whole life and tear your family apart, and then drone strike your house. If I'm elected. This guy scares the shit out of me. Damn. Fucking crazy. Craziest thing I ever seen. I mean, it's unbelievable. Anyway. What else we got?
The next story is great.
This is a quick one. I love this. This could only happen in Russia. Woman buried in Russian graveyard is given a 5-foot-high tombstone in the shape of her favorite iPhone. Well, there you have it, folks. That's real. Apparently, that's real. I don't believe it. I almost don't believe it. But there you have it. Only in Russia, right?
Only in Russia.
Nowhere else in the whole world could anything like that happen. I mean, there you have it. Rest in peace. There it is, covered in snow. And
the
iPhone on the back. It even has, it's like really realistic. It's got the buttons and everything.
Does it have a case?
It might have a case on it, yes. There she is, crushing it, and crushing it afterlife as well.
It's so crazy.
It even has that cute, what do you call
I love
this?
that, the barcode.
Yeah, it's got a barcode. Give it a scan. I don't know what. Crushing it. Yeah, this girl's amazing. So that's that. I haven't really nothing more than that. I just thought it was interesting. Apparently her father built the tombstone after her death. Dedicated to her. That's kind of a loving act, honestly.
Yeah.
Can I play you something? I get this voicemail from these fucking... I hate these people. They call me sometimes twice a day, and they do this thing where it doesn't even ring. It just goes straight to voicemail, right? Hold on, let me find this fucking thing. And tell me if you guys have heard this shit before, or if it's just...
Hey, it's Rachel. Actually just calling to let you know that the business line of credit I have pre-approved for you looks to be expiring soon, actually at the end of the year. So as we're
always
nearing
the
beginning
same
of
exact
quarter,
message.
I really just wanted to reach out to see
Different
if you had
person.
any growth plans for the holidays and see if there's any way we can put this capital to use for you. Give me a call. We can go over rates and terms that I have available. I can be reached at 800-609-4517.
No, give him a call.
Or you can simply call me back on the number that popped up on your phone. We'll talk soon. Have a great day.
God.
Hey, it's Rachel.
They usually say...
Actually just calling to let you know that the business line of credit I have pre-approved for you looks to be expiring soon.
What are they even
They
talking
usually go, no, it's... they usually go, good news, Mr. Klein. You've been pre-approved for $1 million of credit.
But it's expiring soon.
It's expiring soon, though. I swear to God, they've called me 100 times with a
I got
near
good
identical...
news and I got bad news. You won $1 million.
Please do not call and impersonate me and open a line of credit in my name.
Why did you do
No, I'm kidding. I don't
Get
think they
too
know
late.
anything about me except my name and number. Fucking assholes. Don't call them, guys. Now I wish that I hadn't played that. What else we got? Oh, your mom's house.
This scan code?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the new Ouija board. This is how you can call
Communicate to the dead. Oh, that's funny. That's a funny observation. You can like open a chat room afterlife.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Call up some ghosts.
Love your tombstone. Thank you. We were recently featured on Tom Segura and Christina P., the greatest married news couple in the tri-state area. Better than us.
Married what?
News? The Tim and Eric meme, you know.
Oh.
These guys are so freaking awesome. I love them so much. They have a podcast, Your Mom's House.
Yeah.
Your Mom's House, that we were on recently, and I had so much fun. You guys should go watch that. Just want to give them a shout out.
It was
Try it
really
out.
great.
I also want to say thank you, everybody who sent emails to podcast@h3h3productions.com. I loved all the submissions, all the questions, all the videos, all the pictures, everything. Please keep it coming. Podcast@h3h3productions.com. If you guys have like reaction suggestions too that you want to send, I love everything. I love it. In fact, I have got some stuff that I would love to go over here with you today on this one and only H3 podcast experience. What do we got? From Emil Zang. Me and my buddy made... Oh, this is a new one. Yeah, this one's a little tricky. Let me see. Oh, these are all new ones. Okay. So wait, how's this work, Dan? You added this one at the top?
I just added like 2 last night. If you just scroll down a little bit, it'll be all the ones that you curated.
Okay, I haven't seen these ones yet, so I don't want to put them up yet. Company, did you know... What the fuck? Goddamn. Company, how's it going, boss? There's a group of people that don't nut for 100 days plus. The reasons are interesting, would like your perspective. From Gia. The NoFap is a community online I have heard of, and I am intrigued by their activities. Now, these are people that believe that by not masturbating or looking at pornography, they gain superhuman powers, essentially. In fact, I was doing some research because I'm aware of the group, but this was one of the top posts of all time on the NoFap subreddit. And so this is what they outline happens to you when you do not masturbate. Over the course of 10 years, my God, 10 years, not fucking jerking your own filthy ass meat. Anyway, 5 minutes. Wow. I'm 5 minutes. Your heart rate will return back to normal. Okay. 2 to 3 days. Guilt and shame seems like it is decreasing. 7 days. Brain fog will lift. School will get easier for you. 14 days. Prolacin, also known as, okay, they're getting scientific, starts to drop. 14 to 21 days. Dopamine sensitivity increases. 30 days. Craving and flashbacks will noticeably reduce. 30 to 60 days.
like when
Erection
you-
becomes rock solid and confidence keeps rising. 60 days. You might stop giving a fuck what other people think about you. What, Hila?
It's like when you buy a facial lotion or something, all the benefits that they describe, like
Right.
everything you wish will happen.
Diamond water.
Mm-hmm.
90 days. Considered a full reboot for most people. Confidence still rising. 150 days. Symptoms of severe PIDE disappear or improve. I don't know what PIDE is, but I like the sound of that. 200 days. I feel like every girl wants to fuck me, and I started reading a Bible.
What?
This, as far as I can tell, isn't a joke. This guy found God after 200 days. 1 year. I don't even know why I was watching porn a year ago. 2 years. Now I have a girlfriend. Amazing job, and I've never been happier. Really. All from not masturbating. 10 years. My life has just been amazing ever since I stopped masturbating.
That's 10 years
I
later.
think this guy's dead serious, which is kind of funny and a little pathetic, but if I'm speaking frankly, there is an interesting theory in not masturbating, because I do think that like porn addiction is real. And I do think that like when you look at looking at porn is really unhealthy, because it's like when you look at porn and you just nut and you finish real fast. It is kind of like a high. Like you get this like, if you're like in a bad mood or whatever, a lot of guys I think rely on like a quick jerk, a quick porn watch as like a treatment to a bad mood.
A lot of guys? Or...
A lot of guys I know. I think it's very common. And so they'll watch some porn, they'll jerk one out real quick, and then you're like, and then you get on with your day. But there is really, I think, something to this idea that like your dopamine, your reward levels and shit get all whacked out, and it really is like an addiction. And so I do think that there is probably some good benefits to at least not looking at porn. But I've also read that masturbating daily for guys is healthy because it helps prevent prostate cancer, because you're constantly, pushing everything out of your tubes. Or if you let it sit there, like that's how colon cancer happens too, because if you don't, the more you shit, the less likely you are to get colon cancer, because you don't want that stuff sitting there for so long. It's the same theory with the nut juice. So I am intrigued, but at the same time, I'm sure that it's probably not that serious.
Are you gonna nofap?
I mean, I'll nofap for like a day. I'm already at 5 minutes. My heart rate feels pretty normal. Guilt and shame, definitely. That's 2 to 3 days, so I haven't reached that level yet. But we all get milestones. My best record so far is 3 hours. So, I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. I'd like to hear from a nofapper. I'd like to take a call from somebody who has gone a long time without masturbating, to kind of hear their... I heard something interesting about Mike Tyson. When he used to go box, when he was like young, like God, like boxer, he wouldn't masturbate or have sex for like months leading up to his fight because it would get him all crazy. Kind of interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm interested, They're called Fapstronauts, by the way. Swear to God, that's what it says in their fucking description. Yeah, I don't know. Do any of you guys back there, are you in any of this into this no-fapping
Oh,
stuff?
definitely not. Absolutely not.
What about Zach and Ian?
You guys? It looks like it's all no back here.
Lots of sheepish no's. Frequent masturbators. Yes, we all are frequent masturbators. I wonder, how frequently do you guys masturbate?
Probably like once a day.
And Zach and Ian?
Ian just said he's done it twice since the show started. So
No, don't be. I'm genuinely curious. I'm taking a sample here. Once every 2 days?
Once every 2 days.
It's pretty
for Zach.
conservative.
That's conservative.
You're a young man. You should be jerking off like 5
what the
times a
hell,
day.
dude?
Zach just turned 21. Ian, I want to know how much Ian masturbates. I feel like he's a sleeper.
He's
I feel
conspicuously
like,
quiet
I feel like
over
he
here.
jerks like 8 times a day.
Well, that's a little offensive.
Well, how much? Be honest.
I don't know, 48-hour window.
48 hour? That's pretty responsible. I'm like once a day, I guess. When I was younger, there'd be days. Dude, when I was younger, there'd be like 8 times in a day.
Ooh, wow.
That wasn't like common, but some days it's like your dick actually gets raw.
Starts to hurt.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, dude, you need to get a life. But we've all been there, right? Nothing better to do.
I get why these people. I get why these people. Like you said, intellectually, I see that there can be some benefit to it, especially with what you were saying about relaxing your reward center.
Yeah.
And
Well, and when you jerk off in the middle of the day, it can fuck your whole day up. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because you just get so sleepy and lazy, and then all of a sudden you're like, you just have no motivation because you jerked off in the middle of the day. It's like, and you know what I mean? It's like, where do you go from there?
Take a nap.
Yeah. I don't know. No fap. I'm intrigued. Good question. Thank you, Gia, for that enlightening, vigorous debate. Thank you, and God bless you. Next up from P. Layton. I work in the vape industry, and I always listen to your podcast while I'm here. As a fellow member of the nation, I would love to hear any commentary you guys have on the new FDA regulations for vaping products in regards to packaging and advertising, and the law to ban flavors, and the epidemic of teen vaping. Sincerely, XXX Vape Wizard 420 XXX hashtag Vape Nation. Great question. So the FDA, this is actually quite interesting, and Dan, you would know about this because it affects you directly.
Yes,
is that
it does.
The FDA is banning flavored vape juices because they say it appeals to kids.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty much par for the course, in my opinion, because they did the same thing to alcohol and tobacco, where they really restricted how they could market it because they didn't want it to
be
appeal
appealing.
to kids.
Yeah.
And frankly, I do feel like vaping has become a really severe gateway drug. I don't know if you want to say gate. I don't, whatever. But I haven't seen it firsthand, but I've heard that a lot of kids in like middle school and high school are walking around with these tiny little vape pens, and they're actually smoking, which I find pretty wild. Because it's almost like everybody stopped smoking cigarettes. They're all like, we all understand it's not cool. It's really bad for you. But now it's almost like there's a new problem where it's super accessible and everyone's like, oh, it's not as bad, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I think we don't really know how bad it is yet. Maybe it's not that bad.
Know yet.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I think it's probably a good idea that what the fuck do I know? Dan, what do you think?
I mean, I'm really of two minds of it because on the one hand, I think it, obviously it's bad. I don't know how prevalent it really is with kids. Like, is it more than when we were in high school?
Yes.
Kids smoking cigarettes? It's more common.
Apparently, it is extremely. It's like overwhelming. From what I understand. Again, I'm not.
So I mean,
present.
That is probably not good, admittedly. But is it? I mean, banning the flavors, is that really going to do anything to prevent that? You think? Like, it's really about the
because they have all these like cute flavors, like donut and whatever, unicorn.
You know what I remember when I was a kid? I would go whenever we come to LA. My mom would take me to this candy store that I loved, and the one candy I would always get, I loved it so much, was bubblegum cigarettes. You believe this?
What?
And it was gum wrapped in like paper.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it had a bunch of powdered sugar, so you could go, and it would puff out sugar.
I think I
and
know
I thought it was so cool. That I was smoking a cigarette. And
I think I forgot that it existed, and I used to love it too.
Yeah, I loved it as a kid. And looking back on that, it's like, whoa, that's pretty fucked up. That was my favorite. I would go get it, and I thought it was so cool every time.
And those are banned
I
now
barely
too, right?
remember it.
I'm sure those are banned. Yeah. I love. So I don't know. What the hell do I know? Thanks for the question. Half-priced Teddy. Hopefully that's not talking about Teddy Fresh because you ain't getting no half off, right, Hila? Full price
Oh,
Teddy
that's
Fresh.
his name.
Yeah, half price Teddy. Hey, my name's Josh. I've been a huge fan. You guys are the best YouTube channel. Best channel on YouTube. Thank you. And, I mean, thank you so much. Tell me more. Well, not the biggest trend. I was wondering if you ever heard of a movement called Stop a Douchebag. It's a movement in Russia in which a group of people stop others from parking in illegal places such as sidewalks, railroads, by approaching them carefully. Sometimes they will blow up with huge amounts of ignorance, and others will move straight to physical violence. If they don't comply, then they get a huge sticker on their windshield. They have a nice amount of subs, and was wondering what you guys think. Does this solution even work? Is this productive? Or should there be other actions taken? Just curious. Thank you for the kind words, Josh. I believe he had said, and if I can quote him, you are by far the best channel on YouTube. From Josh, half-priced Teddy. You are by far the best channel on YouTube, he said about us. Thank you for that. So let's go. Actually, yeah, I do know about these guys, Stop a Douchebag, and actually I pulled up the video and we can watch it together. Oh, okay. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, so, I mean, apparently in Russia, it's a little more like, medieval. Like, motherfuckers just, you see this shit? They're crazy. There's traffic, and these lunatics are just hopping up on the sidewalk. It's a little more lawless, probably, in some places in Russia. So these guys are vigilantes, and they're like, dude, this is fucked up. This is our city, this is our sidewalk. Don't drive on the sidewalk. It's dangerous, right? So they call it Stop a Douchebag, and they're taking vigilante justice into their own hands, just like Batman, essentially. Can I ask you why you parked your bus on the sidewalk? He says, it's a service bus. What? It's a service bus. I can't hear you, unfortunately. We are waiting for some people to get on, okay? But could you move your bus at least? You parked right on the sidewalk. People push their shopping carts here. He doesn't seem to give a fuck. You won't be able to get around. Can you move your truck, please? Thank you. They're asking the guy. And he does. So there you have it. Vigilante justice. But sometimes the people are defiant, and I guess that's when it gets a little wild. There's a Mercedes that's on the sidewalk. They stop him. He said, oh, the guy says, this won't happen again. I'm late. I'm sorry. Okay. Back your car, please, they say. It's almost like the Catch a Predator vibe. It's like, I wonder if they know these guys in Russia, because he's like, oh, you caught me. It won't never happen again. I'm going to pull out. No, back up. They're saying you can't. They're not letting him pull out. They're making him back up. There you go. All people are equal. All must drive back. So they send this guy back. The guy knew what was good for him, man. Well, let's see if this guy does. This guy is not having it. I can tell you right now. Like the past guy was kind of sheepish. He was like kind of on the road, on the sidewalk. This guy is fully occupying the sidewalk. There's a huge line of traffic, and this guy's driving on the sidewalk. I'm running late, she says, for a friend's wedding. I understand, but can you please back to the roadway? Guys, I need to be at the Riverville station in 20 minutes. Yada yada, it's sidewalk. I'm late. Do you realize that you're on a footpath for the blind right now? I do understand, but sometimes things come up, she says. Oh, everyone's been really polite.
No.
Oh, she went around him.
She just went around them.
Oh, fuck. Oh, are they going to catch up to her? So she... Oh, really? So they're chasing after her. She went around him and booked it. Oh, and so what they do is they have these giant stickers that probably fucks their whole week up. And I guess what it says in Russian is, I'm a douchebag. And it's this huge sticker that covers...
The windshield.
The windshield. So they pretty much can't drive. I got to say, they gave them a fair chance. It's very vigilante justice. Let's see how she reacts.
How do you take that thing off?
Oh, my God.
She just keeps driving.
They put it on the passenger side. They usually put it over the driver's side, I think. Let's see. Here we go. We got another one on... Oh, there's two. There's several cars.
Shit,
My
there's a
God.
whole line.
Good day. Stop a douchebag movement. He introduces himself. Could you back out of your car, please? And there's actually a car behind him. Stop or I'll put a sticker on your windshield. Oh, he's pulling. He's
trying-
driving into them. He's trying to
Yeah.
run them over. Stop, they're saying. I'm going to put a sticker on your windshield. I'm going to give you fucking sticker now. So they put it. So this guy
He's
got
coming
it.
out.
Okay. Now this is great. So these, by the way, this is 23 million views. So they put the sticker over the passenger side window. So there's really no way for him to drive until he gets off in
You mean the driver's side?
The driver's
the driver's side. So, yeah, this guy's totally fucked. So he's getting out of his car now. He's not happy, and he's got cargo military pants on. He's throwing his sandals out. He's getting ready to kick some ass in those sandals. This guy's scaring me, man. What's going
Yeah.
on? This guy's fucking scaring
Hold
me.
on, let me grab the knife.
Oh, he's got a weapon.
He's got a weapon.
He's got like a nunchuck. What the fuck?
What's nunchucks? What the
Get the fuck out of here, ugly motherfucker. Where do I go? Oh, he took his nunchuck and threw it in the woods because there's like 20 of them. Oh, man. He's trying to get the sticker off, but it's not really coming off. Man, this guy's day is fucked. I don't care where I'm driving. Have you seen my fucking tags? Is this guy like mafia or something? Damn, these guys are kind of hardcore. I gotta say, I know that there's like a lot of mafia ties in Russia, so these guys are pretty brave, I would say, to do this. I mean, I don't know much about Russia,
Definitely. I mean, even regardless with the mafia, there's just, you never know. This guy could have a gun and just.
or a nunchuck in this case.
Yeah.
They stood their ground, man. And these are brave kids. I think these are brave kids doing a valuable public service. That's my take from this right now. And the sticker is a pretty innocent but strong way of being like, fuck you. And they also give
How do you take it off, though?
goof off.
Goof
It's the only way. But what I like about them is they don't immediately throw the sticker on. They say, hey, we're here to keep peace on the sidewalk. Can you please back up? And if they do, they don't fuck with their car.
Yeah.
So I think these guys have struck in a good balance of vigilante justice here. He's saying, man, that guy's so fucked. How's he going to drive? His whole view is obstructed. And he continues to try to drive forward. Oh, he's getting more stickers. So he continues to try to drive forward.
God.
And they're putting more stickers on his windshield. And they're actually laying on the front of the car. Damn, this guy's having a fucked up day. Oh, there's someone else in the car. Oh, a girl. Oh, his wife's in the car. Imagine being that girl.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy, this is some shit. He's getting out. He's getting angry now. Oh, he's throwing punches. Now they're throwing punches. Here we go.
Ooh.
Oh, man, these vigilantes took him out. Let me help you up. Whoa, that's a humiliation. Wow, that was amazing. The guy came out, threw a punch. Now they've got this one huge ass, like, you know, in Rocky they had like the super like USSR boxer. They got one of these guys. He's like the guy that confronts. So this guy came out, threw a punch, and
Ivan Drago.
Yeah, Ivan Drago basically body dropped him, and then he's like, "Here, let me help you up." To complete the humiliation. Wow, this guy's day is fucked. There's 3 stickers on his windshield now. Holy! I wonder what the police say when they come. Oh, here's what the sticker says. It says, "I spit on everyone. I drive where I want. Stop a douchebag." That's what it says in Russian. Wow. That's amazing stuff, man. These kids are brave, and they're doing a valued public. That's a really cool. Cool. Thank you to Josh, who, by the way, said, you are by far my favorite channel on YouTube. So, shout out to Josh. Matt.
There was the Duncan's one that we...
Yeah, I wasn't sure. That's all right. I'm going to move on. Matt says, there was another bathroom habit I did that I realized was normal 7 years ago. I was talking to members of my tennis team in my freshman year of college. Whenever I used a urinal or went pee, I would always whip out my balls along with my penis to pee. I would pull the waistband under my balls, and that always felt more comfortable and natural. And when I brought it up to my teammates, I realized I was the only one that did that among the team. I was so embarrassed, and I have since changed my habits, and I do not whip out my balls anymore to pee, but I miss it. Is this normal? Do you whip out your balls to pee, or just your rod as well? I would love your thoughts. Well, Matt, I'm so happy that you brought this to me because I feel like here at the H3 Podcast, we are smashing taboos. We are bringing things out to light that people don't talk about, and we are normalizing behaviors that are normal and good and just. Now, before I get before I get into that, Hila, I want to say that we've converted a lot of people. A lot of people have been shamed to wiping their ass from the back, which is clownish, it's ridiculous, it's not convenient, it's not as good. A lot of people have taken the time at home to sit and cup their balls and penis in their hand and to scoop under while sitting comfortably with the other hand. And they found that that's a superior method. Now, I'm not going to tell you right now that the front way is superior, even though you have to be a fucking caveman to stand up and squat and reach behind your ass and wipe side to side to clean your asshole. I'm not going to tell you that I think one's superior.
Stand up.
But what I am saying, Hila, is that I don't think that us front wipers need to be ostracized. I don't think we need to be outcast and demeaned because we approach problems differently. Now, I come to this issue of whipping the balls out. Now, this sweet young man, Matt, was ridiculed by his teammates. Well, let me tell you, Matt, I always take my balls out. Fucking proudly. And you know why you take your balls out, Matt? Because you're smart and you know what makes sense. Now, if you just take your dick out, you got nothing to rest your pants on. Now, you're probably like me. You use a waist. It works with the elastic waist. If you're wearing an elastic waist pants, like I often do, you put the waist under your balls. Because if you just take your dick out, you have to hold. It looks ridiculous. It's like a little tic-tac peeking over a fucking molehill. You need to take the balls out. You got to let it all breathe, and that's an important thing. And I personally find it superior. Now, Matt, don't let people tell you that that's not the right way to do it, because that's just an absolute, outright, disgusting, criminal conspiracy lie. It's a deep state lie, and one I won't stand for. You take your balls out along with your dick, and now everyone at home is being like, no, I'm going to try that. And then you're going to find out, I like taking my balls out. Nothing wrong with it. It is all good. Guys backstage, do you take your balls out?
You know what? It kind of depends on the undies. Yeah, it depends on what you're wearing. It's situational, highly situational.
And the others?
It depends, like Dan said. If you're wearing jeans...
Into the mic.
You really have no option if you wear jeans.
Sure.
But if you're wearing like a basketball short, then yeah, absolutely.
There you go. You see that? There you go. And Ian, finally...
Never.
Defiant.
Well, Ian, you don't have to strike that tone. I mean, we're trying to encourage young Matt here.
Honestly.
Ian, tone it down, all right? Not that serious, Ian. Not that serious, all right?
His balls aren't coming out.
Yeah, they're not coming. They're staying in there. Thank you, Matt, for the question, and I wish you all the best in life and in all of your ball whipping out journeys. And finally, from Cal. First of all, I want to say how much I love you guys and everything that you do. Well, thank you very much, Cal. Cal, I love you guys and everything that you do. Thank you. Love to hear that. And that through you, I found a ton of other creators and content that I would never have on my own. That being said, I want to ask Ethan kind of a personal question. How were you capable of confirming and admitting you were depressed? I want to answer this, but I feel like it's an awful way to end the show. We were just having a good time with the balls out.
We can do it next time.
Yeah, I'll save that for next time. I do want to answer this. He says, I'll just finish. Currently, I'm sort of a social stigma at my university that depression is a choice and a sign of weakness. And I know that I'm definitely not happy. How do you detect this, and how are you dealing with it currently? If you don't feel comfortable answering, well, I do. I'll answer it. I think I can answer it without being like super depressing. I agree. When I was in college, there was a really big stigma about being depressed, and I'm sure I was depressed at the time, and I think it's really, I think it's changed, but it's really fucked up, because I remember at my college dorm, there was a sign on the wall with like Prozac, and it was some kind of insinuation that like If you take it, you're weak or something. Or not. That was the subtext because it was really like, how fucked up is society that everybody's taking Prozac, right?
Mm.
And the insinuation is like, oh, you don't need that shit. I wasn't on anything like that, but I agreed. I saw that and I was like, oh, yeah. Everyone's on drugs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of treating depression was something like, yeah, it was very stigma. It was like I said in our update video, it's not sexy to be depressed. It's like, it's pathetic. It just sounds pathetic.
I feel like there's two kinds of depressed. There's like everyone is depressed, and then there's like the real depressed that needs treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe people just like combine it. So
Well,
they-
the people who, yeah, well, the people who, everyone gets depressed sometimes.
Yeah.
But people who get depressed sometimes don't understand what it's like to be depressed for 2 years.
Yeah, so that's why I think
There's a disconnect. It's
Mhm.
just it's just a disconnect. It's a misunderstanding. But be that as it may, I think I've been depressed for a really long time, and I remember I always knew that I had really severe anxiety. I mean, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder when I went off to college, and it was like really crippling all throughout college. And I had accepted that I had a problem. But I remember the first time when we were living in Israel, I saw a psychiatrist because of my anxiety was really bad. Or maybe I was having some kind of weird thing and I just wanted to talk to a therapist. And he had said, it was a therapist, and I was talking about my symptoms, and I was like, I'm anxious, and there's this one thing that I get all the time that I still get, which is that I get like foggy brain. And I feel like not myself. I feel like I'm having a bad high.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hate that feeling. It's awful. And then the therapist was like, oh, so it sounds like you have depression. And that shocked me. I was almost offended.
Mm.
I was like, I have anxiety, not depression. I was actually genuinely defensive.
Mm.
And I was like, what? Fuck you. I have anxiety.
Mm.
And my reaction was very much like fuck you, dude. And that was like, that must have been like 7 years ago, probably. That was when we were living in Ramadan.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never treated it or anything like that. But I've been like desperate enough where I was like, oh, I need some fucking help. And so that's why I want to talk to that guy. And I just remember being really defensive. And that was so long ago. And now it's come to the point where I've slowly kind of realized that like my anxiety has given way, that it's morphed into something else. Like in college, my anxiety was just this crippling, I don't know. Well, it's frequent that anxiety and depression go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, the more I thought about it and the more time I had to accept it, I realized that there's probably at this point more depression than there is anxiety. And it's kind of like I addressed the anxiety because I accepted that that's what I had. And so,
Right.
But the depression, I didn't want to have it so bad that I ignored it and never addressed it. And so now I feel like now I'm really accepting it after looking back and thinking how I feel. I mean, look at just read the symptoms, man. For me, it's like, yes. Like, let me read this off. Like, if I go there now. But it's so, like, here, let me see. This shit was like fucking 100% yes. I'm just trying to find this list of symptoms. Come on, for fuck's sake. Let's see. Some signs you might have depression: sad, empty, anxious, helpless, worthless, or guilty, hopeless, irritable, less interest in activities, less energetic, trouble concentrating, changes in the way you sleep. I sleep great. That's not it. Everything else, though. Changes in appetite. I'm always hungry. Aches and pains. Not really, actually. But everything else, like sad, empty, anxious, always. Helpless, worthily, guilty, always. Like, I got to the point now where I was like, I'm really now decided to like actually treat this because it's become unbearable for me recently, is that I'm like always at war with myself in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like torturing myself, like every little thing, like social things, past things, things that happened a long time ago, things that happen now on day-to-day basis, small things.
Like you'll say something and then you're like, oh,
Torture myself.
why did I say it?
Or I'll do something, anything, but it's like I'm always feeling guilty over just like the dumbest things, like, and you know that, but just always at war with myself in my head, hopeless, pessimistic, you know. Yeah. Irritable, big time, fucking so irritable, and I hate being irritable because you know that you shouldn't be, but you are. That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't help it. You just like, fuck that, everything annoys me, but
Mm-hmm.
and I so don't want to be an asshole. I so don't want to be an asshole right now, but I'm just so irritated. I hate that. And I would feel that all the time. Like all the time, every day. So
it's really
fucking
exhausting.
miserable. And it's exhausting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm fucking not that pleasant to be around most of the time. Loss of interest in activities. I don't have hobbies. I don't enjoy doing anything. I used to love playing video games, and for the past years, like I don't even listen to music. I don't even enjoy listening to music. Less energetic. Yeah. Tired all the time. Trouble concentrating. It's so hard for me to do shit. Trouble remembering details. Hila? Do I have trouble remembering details?
Like, where's your wallet?
Zip code?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Oh, that will drive me crazy. Ethan doesn't know the address of his home.
Well, I do, just not the zip
No,
code.
you don't.
I do, just not the zip code.
Well, that's like half of the
It's
address.
not. Nobody.
What else do you need to know?
I don't understand why people ask for zip codes anymore. Here's the fucking address. Here's the city. You don't need the zip
Maybe
code.
I'm irritable too, but oh my God, every time Ethan will ask me, what's our zip code? It's like, it's your home address.
I don't know. I can't remember zip codes. Overwhelmed to make decisions, whether big or small. I mean, dude, it was like just... I mean, I was at the point recently where it was like, I cannot continue to live my life like this. I will do anything. And you guys might recall me saying that I had like this bottle of antidepressants by my bed for the longest time because I felt like I hadn't tried everything first. And I feel like I took 3 months and I actually did make a lot of positive changes in my life, but I still felt awful.
Mm-hmm.
I guess not. I made a pretty good... for me, the biggest...
we made changes.
The biggest thing for me was like getting away from social media,
We're
and taking a break
exercising.
from YouTube, but it's hard to know because sometimes it's like leaving YouTube sometimes makes you more anxious.
Yeah, definitely.
And then everyone else gets upset, and that makes you more anxious, and so it's hard to know what is the right thing for you or whatever. But anyway, I don't know. I've never gone to therapy either. I have my first therapy appointment on Monday. Pretty excited. He's gonna fix me, right? I'll be like, all right. You know, I went to a therapist once through Kaiser, which is our healthcare, and it was such an awful experience. I never want to go again. I show up. It's like McDonald's therapy. I show up, and right out the bat, you know, you expect that it's always like, tell me about your family. Where'd you grow up? Like, get to know the guy, get comfortable. So I sit down, and I swear to God, this is what he does. He goes, all right, so what's wrong? What do you want to talk about? Like, what's bothering you? What's wrong? I was like, whoa. Like, fucking, gotta treat a girl to dinner before you fuck her. You know? He goes, I was just blown away by that. He's like, what's bothering you? We have 30 minutes. Come on, I got a lot of patience here. It was fucking crazy. I felt so uncomfortable through the whole thing because I don't know this guy. So I was like, well, we've got a bunch of ads on my YouTube channel that I don't want to do, and I don't feel like making content, but I have these obligations, and I don't. He's like, so tell me, how do you make money on YouTube again? It was fucking awful. I love that. That's like a great meme. So tell me, what's bothering you? What's on your mind? Well, my father raped me when I was a kid, and all right, well, here's what you do. Just forget all about that. Crazy. So I'm going to a private therapist that came highly recommended from a friend. I'm really excited. It's in Beverly Hills, so you know he's fucking legit. Yeah. Yeah. But to answer your original question, I took a bit of a tangent here. Your original question was, how did you confirm and admit you were depressed? Well, for me, it took me a long time. Because I was embarrassed and ashamed, and I felt like people around me, it's kind of an embarrassing thing, too. Oh, I'm depressed. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, I'll get over it.
I got an email. If people just don't understand. I got an email from someone. They're like, anyway, whatever. People don't understand. But to you, I would just ask yourself, I mean, you clearly are aware that something's off and you're not happy. There's clearly some aspects of your life that you're not happy with, that you're not comfortable with, that you would like to change, that are causing you to feel possibly depressed. I would consider looking at these symptoms, because for me, it's really just been crippling. And a large part of the reason why we've just been gone for so long. But also, I'm not, a professional. I can't diagnose you, so you should see a therapist. I feel like everyone. I know it seems like a luxury, but actually, a friend of ours was telling us like there's
cheap.
What was the name of this place? She said.
I don't remember actually.
Well, they have therapy on a sliding scale. So if you're broke, you can go see a therapist for $20.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's ways to figure it out. But ultimately, I think it's important for people to know that you don't have to suffer. You don't have to carry it. You got to make the decision that you're just going to fight it, right? You don't want to be a victim to it. So fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're just wasting your time on this earth feeling miserable. And what's the point of that? So do what you can, Because there's a lot of people before you that have dealt with it and gotten out of the woods. And they're really smart. And they are there to help everybody else. Because it sucks. They're there to help you with therapy. These guys are geniuses, these therapists. They have studied. They have PhDs. They have studied this shit for decades. They know how the brain works, right? That's something. I'm just a guy. I don't know how the brain works, right? But they can get in your head and untangle shit and understand you in ways that you can't. They've got drugs that help ease the burden while you figure it out. You don't have to be miserable. Oh, well, if you already are miserable, what do you have to lose anyway? Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It's like at a certain point, nothing else matters but getting better. Because what does anything matter if you're that miserable? It's just like, what else at that point matters at all? Except prioritizing, number one, yourself and getting better. You can't help anyone around you. You can't do anything for yourself or anyone else until you feel better. So that's my opinion. Yeah. And depression's on the rise, you know. More people are feeling it more than ever. Because my theory personally on that is that the world is increasingly complex, complicated, difficult to find your place in the world, to find a spouse in the world, to find a career, to find a purpose, to make money. Everything is so hard to figure out that, and we carry a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, a lot of bills, a lot of responsibility.
Our generation, especially, like, who can afford a house?
No fucking body. Like, I think about our situation. We are fortunate enough to have been able to buy a house. But
I know the feeling from just a few years ago.
Dude,
you know? We've worked all our life and we weren't even close.
we were statistically anomalous with our like success.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that we were able to make in a short time from being successful. But we've been, like you said, just a couple short years earlier, making like $30,000, $40,000 between the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's impossible. Yeah, you're like, buy a house. Never happening. So I wonder, when we're in this anomalous, like unbelievably lucky situation, how the fuck does anyone else have a chance? But it doesn't. But again, you can be at any station of life, and still, life is complicated in this day and age, with the internet, with the cars, with bills, responsibility. You know, I'm more depressed now because I feel more lost in my purpose. And like, I actually heard it put really good. I don't remember who said it, but it's like when you have money and like financial safety, all that's left is in your head.
I think I was talking to you about that because I was saying before that you're always like, well, if only I could afford that trip, I would be happy, but until then I can't afford it.
Or if I just
or it's like if only I could afford this house, that would be perfect.
My thing was like, oh, if only I didn't pay rent. If I had free rent, I'd be set for life.
So you always have this like,
you're chasing a goal.
Then I'll be happy. Right now, I'm not happy because I can't afford it.
But you work towards it and it gives you purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But when you can afford it and you're still not happy, then it's like, what is that thing that will make me happy?
Yeah. But anyway, I'm in a rare situation. It's hard to relate to what I'm going through there.
Yeah.
But just generally speaking, life is so complicated. Like, think back 50 years, people didn't have phones, they didn't have fucking internet. They just like worked on farms. I genuinely think that like, if you just woke up at 8 a.m. and worked on the fucking farm for 8 hours and went home and ate dinner and chilled, it's like, that's simple, man. There's nothing to crave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that like modern day life really goes against our fundamental instincts as animals. Like, billions of years of instincts and expectation of what life is and how to survive. That's what it is, right? Billions of years of survival instincts have all of a sudden, in the past 100 years, completely betrayed us. Because all of a sudden, these survival instincts that we've inherited over evolution, billions of years, are no longer relevant at all.
Yeah.
Right? And that's fucked up. So I think a lot of people have trouble adjusting.
It's weird because also you all of a sudden have a lot of opportunities that you didn't before. And you have a lot of, there's a lot of good that came with it.
Sure.
But it's also crippling.
Yeah. So, I think that I think it's important to bear all that in mind. That life is really can be very challenging and confusing and overwhelming. It's like, my God, who can balance all those things? When instinctually I just want to go plant some carrots. Right? Or go gather some berries or some shit. Or go kill a deer and then chill in a teepee. So anyway, looking forward to the essays of disproving my theory. But that's just my thoughts, and if you disagree, you're wrong. Anyway, I wish you all the best, and yeah, you should don't be afraid to seek help, and don't feel weak, because you are not alone, and increasingly less alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 100 years ago was like, or maybe 200, I don't know, 1,000 years ago. You know, I've heard this, and I don't know if it's true, but I've heard this, that like in Amish communities, that depression and anxiety is like completely non-existent.
Hmm.
You know about the Amish?
I know about the Amish, yeah.
Yeah. And that makes sense to me, right? Because they're fully fulfilled. They have very basic, or not basic, but they know what to expect every day, and they're fulfilled every day.
Mm-hmm.
And their life is, they understand what it is day to day. It's not like how many days do you wake up and you're like, fuck, what am I going to do today?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know. Anyway. That's it. Meanwhile, Papa's in the backyard, and clothes are on the hanging pin on the rack, flapping in the wind. Papa clutches his heart. Play the music. Papa clutches his heart. Bo is running around the backyard playing with a paper airplane, and Papa clutches his heart.
What did I do to deserve this disrespect? And now here I die, a lonely old man, with no pizza or sauce. Remember me, and bury me in my favorite marinara. Bury me in a grave of marinara, and my favorite pizza, the Meat Lovers pizza. Bury me with sausage and pepperoni, and remember me fondly, and make my tombstone a giant box of Papa John's with my picture proudly on the box before they removed it, with an apostrophe, Papa John's, because it's my company and I'm Papa John Shatner. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And remember, better pizza, better ingredients, better butter sauce. Never disrespect the family. Alfredo sauce. And to you, Ela, I say this. Remember me. Is out.
Oh no.
And then he falls over and has a heart attack and dies. Guys, that is the show. Thank you for watching. The H3 Podcast Revolution. I've just been birthed. The new title for this show. Experience is no longer adequate. It is a revolution. I hope that, you know what? It's the H3 Podcast, what's the phrase? The paradigm shift. The H3 Paradigm Shift Revolution.
Nice.
I hope your day has been shifted in a paradigm. And we will see you on Friday, as always, next week. This is your Papa and Chief, Ethan, Papa John Shatner.
I'll be Bo.
Saying to you, Papa's blessings and a happy weekend to all my little pizza boys, all my dough boys, all my little bows out there, all my little pizza pie eating, meat eater loving.
Or not.
Or not. Just remember,
bury me in a grave of marinara. Good night, and God bless. Papa bless.